Oh, hello there. I know a lot of you guys know me as the fat Asian. But I don't know if you guys noticed, but you know, I'm not as fat. And I know a lot of you guys miss the fat Asian. But let me tell you, the ladies are giving the skinny Asian a lot more attention. I don't want to brag, but I've increased my Tinder matches from 1 to 2. And I would say like the one thing that really helped me was doing keto, low carb. And it helped me lose the weight, but keeping the weight off, that's another thing. Where do you find the time to go grocery shopping, to meal prep, to do the actual cooking? There is just not enough time in the day, and that is why I have switched over to Factor meal plans. Factor 75 delivers never frozen meals and smoothies to your door that are ready to eat within 2 minutes. You just rip the sleeve off, pop a few holes, microwave that bitch, and you're eating. And I know what you're thinking, yeah, microwave food, it can't be good, right? It's gonna be all mushy. No, it's actually delicious. I was surprised too. Honestly, I don't know what sorcery they put in these things, but after 2 minutes, the chicken breast, completely hot, completely juicy. The broccoli, not mushy. And the taste is honestly better than anything I can cook. And now I've been trying it out for a week, and honestly, it has just saved me so much time. Time that I can put more into editing, time that I can do to actually go outside. I mean, it's actually nice outside in New York. Look at this. Look at this. It's actually f***ing nice for the first time in like 7 months. And because of these, I could actually go out there. They are America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit for a reason, people. And they have multiple types of meal plans, so if you're not into the keto stuff, have no fear. There's vegetarian options, there's just chef choice, or you can basically customize it to get exactly what you want. Think HelloFresh, but with none of that pesky cooking shit. And they're about to hook y'all up with a big-ass discount code. Head over to go.factor75.com/BMOnus120 and use the code BMOnus120 to get $120 off. The link is right on top of the doobly-doo. Use code BMOnus120. All caps, get $120 off of your first order. This is a steal. So go ahead, sign up, make your life healthier and more efficient, and just give yourself generally more time to do the things that you actually want to do, all right? Now, back to the show. Oh, hello there, my fellow American. See that the Super Bowl is over, and now the NFL draft is over, so pretty much the only thing that we have to entertain ourselves is the NBA playoffs, which has been pretty dope. Let's be honest. But what if I told you that the Super Bowl of Europe is about to happen? And for those who are unfamiliar, this is the competition where each European country sends their best to compete in a Dragon Ball Z-style tournament arc to determine who truly is the kings of Europe. And of course, I'm talking about Eurovision, baby! Oh, the catchy tune. I love a good tune. Alright, I'm just fucking with you. It's the Champions League final. And if you haven't been watching the Champions League this year, I'm not even gonna say shame on you. Honestly, I just feel sorry for you, because this has been one of the most sensational years in Champions League history. There's been more drama in the Champions League this year than a Spanish novela. Dramatic twists and turns, new heroes coming out of nowhere, and when all this blood and carnage and semen has been settled, we have 2 teams remaining. In one corner, you have a team chasing history, possibly an all-timer. But standing in their way is a team seemingly of destiny, undefeatable in this tournament. This is a delicious, salivating matchup. Everything that you could ask for in the Super Bowl of Europe. And you know what's better than 1 Super Bowl in your life? How about 2, motherfucker? And in this video, my goal is to get you all caught up on all the juicy storylines around these 2 teams headed into this game. Who are the big names to watch out for? Which teams are the favorites? And ultimately, as an American, I know what you want. I know what you want, girl. You want to know, as an American, which team should you be bandwagoning in this year's Champions League final? And hopefully, by the end of this video, you can convince your dumb friends that you've secretly been a lifelong Liverpool fan. Welcome to a Clueless guide to the European Super Bowl. Now, this year's final is actually a rematch of the Champions League final from 4 years ago, when Real Madrid beat Liverpool in a game that was kind of marred by a dirty tackle that knocked out Mo Salah, and also, there were 2 horrific errors by the Liverpool keeper. He's no longer there, they fired his ass. Oh, and it also gave us one of the most spectacular goals we have ever seen in a Champions League final ever. Bravo, Gareth Bale. F***ing bravo. Jesus. But alas, fate has brought these 2 teams together once again, and Liverpool are looking for revenge. And unlike last time, Liverpool will be the favorites. So let's talk about them first. And this, for most Americans, is probably the easiest choice to root for. Because yes, this is the team where LeBron is a part owner, their owners are also American. Oh, and they actually won this competition a couple seasons ago. And for a quick history lesson on Liverpool, they were pretty much the team of the 80s, absolutely winning everything, domination city. But after the 80s, they just kind of fell off into like a mediocre purgatory for about 30 years. But now they're back. They're back, baby, and they're better than ever. In fact, some are saying they're the best ever. Some in the UK media are looking to anoint this team as the greatest side to ever do it. People have been fighting incessantly over social media for the past month on this topic, and honestly, it's going to come down to the results, okay? Now, the big storyline about Liverpool is they are challenging for a historic quad. What is the quad? Well, they are trying to win 4 different trophies in the same season. And that is them winning the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, and some cup that no one cares about. Let's be honest, they're just kind of faking it so that they can call it the quad. But if they can win all 4 of these competitions in the same season, you could, at minimum, put them in the conversation for greatest of all time. And on paper, they look good. They look real good. Their starting 11, when they are humming and informed, they play the modern game at its highest level. The way I can relate it to American audiences is imagine Golden State with that death lineup, or Chiefs with Patty Mahomes and Tyreek Hill cooking. That's how Liverpool plays their version of football. They have generational talent littered all over the starting lineup. Mo Salah is pretty much always in contention for being the top scorer in the Premier League. Their fullbacks are arguably the best in the world at attacking, and Virgil van Dijk is regarded as the best defender in the world. Oh, and their coach, Jurgen Klopp. This dude is Ted Lasso levels of likable, but unlike Ted Lasso, he's actually a good coach. This man, Kloppy, came from Germany with his heavy metal style of football. A style that demands his team to basically do a full court press, trying to win the ball high up on the pitch and counterattack while the defense is on its heels. And this style is not possible with a lot of players, but seemingly through excellent scouting, this man has assembled the perfect squad to execute his schemes. And what's even more impressive is they don't have some oil prince with unlimited money that just allows them to buy up all the best players. In fact, a lot of their top players that they've signed were actually for frugal prices and have blossomed into world-class players under Klopp's watchful eye. They run things from the top down the right way, the way that sports fans in America would like their franchises to be run. But all that said, it wasn't easy sailing. They didn't just cruise to this Champions League final. In the first leg of the semis, they looked pretty convincing, but during the first half of the second leg versus Villarreal, Liverpool collapsed. They looked completely lost, giving up a 2-goal lead on aggregate. But during halftime, Jurgen Klopp, as he does, calmed his team down, brought on the right substitutions, and they scored 3 goals in the second half, cruising their way to yet another Champions League final. Those are the hallmarks of a championship winning side. And what's scary is that sub that turned the game around, he just got here. Luis Diaz is another young, electric talent that Liverpool bought in the January window for a measly $50 million. And I know 50 million's a lot, but in the world of like football transfers is pretty cheap. And for that 50 million, he's already looking like a bargain. The man already looks like a star, an instant plug-and-play player, seemingly almost a perfect player for Klopp's system. And when the team needed him most, this little Colombian came on in the second half and took Liverpool from a historic collapse to a 3-goal walk in the park. And what makes him so great is he just dazzles with his Spider-Man-like dribbles, lightning speed, and his tireless running. And the man presses harder than a needy girlfriend. And that's just one of the starting 11. He's not actually in the starting 11 all the time. That's how deep this team is. I can go on and on about this team from top to bottom. This is a truly special squad. And I can see the arguments for them going down as an all-timer. I'm talking about Belichick with the Patriots, Popovich with that Spurs dynasty. This could be a team that we look back in decades and you will be grateful that you actually got to see them play with your own 2 eyes. And you know I'm not bullshitting you because this is coming from a Man United fan. I'm rooting for these motherfuckers to lose. I hate everything. My roommate is a Liverpool fan, and this is my worst nightmare. And they're just so fucking likable. It's so annoying. So my only prayer to keep Liverpool fans from just nutting all over themselves in ecstasy is a team of destiny. Enter stage right, the Kings of Spain, and you wait for royalty, Real Madrid. Now, quick history on them. They used to be the Yankees of European football, pretty much signing all the big names to create a super team that dominated this competition for generations. And every Real Madrid fan will fucking let you know every waking moment of your fucking life if you forget to mention it. Yes, they've won a bajillion European Cups, 13 European Cup titles, and 7 Champions League titles in this modern Champions League era. This competition is seemingly a birthright for Los Blancos. But this is not one of those super teams. This isn't the Galacticos with the likes of Beckham and Zidane and Ronaldo. No. This is more of a transitional team, a mix of proven superstars in the twilight of their careers, and a collection of the most talented youngsters not named Mbappe or Erling Haaland. On paper, they were not the more talented team when they went up against PSG, a side that featured Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, and they were staring a 2-goal deficit late in the second leg. But then out of nowhere, they unleashed a machine gun volley of goals to break the hearts, once again, of the Parisians. Then in the quarterfinals, they went down late to Chelsea in the second leg, before storming all the way back to dump the reigning champions out of this tournament. And when it couldn't get even more dramatic, against a Pep Guardiola-led Man City, they looked dead in the fucking water for the first 88 minutes of that second leg. Just completely useless. Zero fight in them. And once again, staring at another 2-goal deficit, they brought on super sub Rodrigo, and this little Brazilian comes on and scores 2 goals in what was essentially injury time to send it into extra time, where a Karim Benzema penalty completed one of the all-time last-second escapes in Champions League history. 3 times they were on the canvas. 3 times they rose up once again like a zombie. They were unkillable. And with a story like that, you might just assume that this team has special chemistry, that they play incredibly well together. And honestly, no, not really. They win ugly. They are known as Los Blancos, but if this team wins the whole thing, they should be known as Cucarachas Blancas, because they are just a bunch of cockroaches. They're that kind of team. They've been stepped on, whacked, bombed, doesn't matter. They refuse to fucking die. And this has simply been a legendary run for the boys from Spain. They have to, they must believe that they are a team that is going to manifest destiny their way to an 8th Champions League trophy. I don't know how, I don't even know if they know how, but until that final whistle is blown, they will believe that they will win. And the man at their helm is the seasoned war general, Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti is one of the most successful European coaches of all time. And the other thing that you need to know about him is this dude has been passed around more than Pete Davidson. And much like Skeet, this man stays winning. He's the only coach ever in history to win the league title in France, England, Italy, Germany, and now Spain. And he is also joint top honors for the most Champions League final wins for a manager. And if he wins this one, it would cement him as the first ever to win 4. And the man is just a character. I mean, just look at him. This was him after winning the La Liga title for the first time this year. So just imagine the cigar that he'll break out if he wins yet another Champions League final. All the while seemingly just standing on the sideline, raising his eyebrows for 90 minutes. What a Chad. As I said before, Real Madrid must think that this is just another destined run. This competition really is their birthright. And during the modern Champions League era, they have made it to 7 Champions League finals and won all 7 Champions League finals. Their striker, Karim Benzema, is having the Champions League run of history. He has arguably been the best striker in the world in 2022, and his scintillating form might just lead them to their 8th Champions League trophy. Then they got Luka Modric and Casemiro, who are still 2 of the best midfielders in the world, and the young kids, who I kind of shit on in the previous video, were the ones who ultimately rescued them versus Man City. Vinicius Jr., this little Brazilian, has super speed. This man has been tearing the hamstrings of every poor fullback that tries to keep up with him. Literally, I think he's injured 4 different fullbacks during this competition. And the other Brazilian winger they got, Rodrigo, this man has just been coming up with clutch goal and clutch assists all tournament. And even should throw out all those factors, I think personally that you should be rooting for Real Madrid because they were the ones that kept Man City from winning this competition for yet another year. And a quick side note, let's all collectively laugh at Man City and Pep Guardiola. Yes, awesome. It's great. They're just an easy target to hate, okay? The Abu Dhabi group came in and basically spent billions to conquer this competition. And as I said before, it's all but inevitable that they will eventually win this. But not this year, baby. Not this year. And to go out like they did, a historic collapse, not seen in generations, man, that was great to see. Thank you, Real Madrid, for staving off oil money, at least for 1 more year. Good job, Los Blancos. Excelente. In fact, all Real Madrid did during the knockout stages in this competition is take out oil money team after oil money team. First it was PSG, then it was Chelsea, and then it was Man City. They did what Greenpeace could only dream of. Stop big oil. So for all my Greta Thunbergs out there, Real Madrid apparently is the team for you. Now, if you put a gun to my head and ask me logically who is going to win this final, I'd have to say Liverpool. They're the better team, they're the more talented team, they're the deeper team. But if you put a gun to my penis, I'm going with Real Madrid. Because they apparently have football Jesus on their side. I don't know how they keep on doing this, but they keep on winning. And funnier things have happened in a final, man, than the better team losing. Can the team of history defeat the team of destiny? Because 7 times Real Madrid made it to the final, and 7 times they walked away with that trophy. So let's see if they can make it 8. Or can this Liverpool side cement themselves in the pantheon of the all-time greatest footballing sides, and possibly net themselves a historic quad? But if the cosmic script stays put, my prediction is Liverpool are going to go up by 1 or 2, and then Real Madrid will storm back and take it in extra time with Benzema scoring a winner. Because that would just be the storybook ending here, wouldn't it? And that is simply the run that Real Madrid are on. So come Saturday, let's all collectively see the final chapter of this fairy tale. And regardless of what happens, it's been a truly magical season in the Champions League, and one of the most entertaining sports tournaments that you could watch in the world. And speaking of watching, alright, let's go ahead and break it down. First off, the match will take place on May 28th, which is a Saturday, and it's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. PST. Now, I'm pretty sure it's going to be on CBS, so if you still have normal television, you can watch there. And it might be more fun if you're in a major city to go to a bar or pub. But if you're like most normal Americans and you stream everything, it's going to be on Paramount Plus. Now, that is $5 a month, but if you haven't signed up for it yet, you could just get a 7-day free trial and just stream the game and shut that shit off. And oh, hey, before you click off, I want to let you guys know that I'll be live streaming the Champions League final game on YouTube. So if you're like me and you're just watching it alone, go ahead, keep me company, come to the chat, call me a racial slur. I don't care. I don't have friends here. I'm new, and I really need friends. I do. But if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and leave a like. It only takes a second for you, but it helps the video out dramatically in the algorithm. So go ahead, take your hard rag nipple, smoosh into the like button right now, and pop a bless. Or if you'd like to support the channel more directly, you can sign up for a meal plan with Factor 75 or join up on my Patreon. Thank you to all my patrons. Keep me alive. Thank you. And also a big shout out to my 3 newest patrons. We got Jeff Dillon, Jackie Lynn, and Victor. Thank you guys so much for joining on. And then a personal shout out to the legend, the OG Dirty Tims. You know what you did. You know what you did. And yeah, we got more new content coming for you guys soon. We got the Clueless guide to the NBA Finals right around the corner. And I got some new content in the works, so be on the lookout for that. But until next time, boys, as always, America forever.